All the dads. Happy Father's Day. We have a lot of dads that have built some big businesses in this market center, in this market. But today we're going to feature just a few of the top producing dads. And I want to bring them all up. First we have Taylor Scagliano. Bobby Peterson. Sit right in the middle. Jose Hernandez. Brian J. Yeah. And Luke Vincent. All right. We're going to do a little quick fire round. You guys probably didn't get this question. In one sentence, guys, in one sentence. What do you think is the biggest reason you're sitting here on this panel today? One reason.
Because you asked me. No.
I knew someone was going to say that.
I got it.
Go ahead.
I had a child.
Okay. Had a child. All right, Bobby.
Same. Father and balancing business and family and all the above.
Very good. Jose.
Yeah, balancing family and business. This isn't easy, but when you had a family in there, it can be complicated.
Brian.
Because I have 4 kids.
So, the theme here is they have kids, so they have to work harder, right?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. All right, Taylor. Let's start with you.
You gotta catch up.
That's right. That's who?
He's got 1 kid.
He's
I
got
got 2,
3, 4, 3.
Luke's got.
You got 3?
Gotta work on that.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, step it up there, buddy.
Yeah.
Step it up.
I'll work on it.
All right, Taylor. We'll start with you. You've helped build one of the highest producing teams in the market. What's the biggest system that allowed your business to scale instead of simply getting busier?
Not working with as many buyers. So, not working with as many buyers and only picking the buyers that you want to choose. I'm sure all of you work with buyers and you're like, God damn it, I don't want to go meet them at this house right now. You know, or I don't want to answer their phone call. So not working with as many buyers and then focusing on the rehabs and building those relationships with agents.
And you focus just on flips and resale, right?
Correct.
Okay, very good, very good. Question number 2. Your team specializes in flips and resale, obviously. What has allowed you consistently find opportunities and stay successful even as the market changes?
For listings, it's been Mike's name and then our presence in the community. And then for flips, it's only realtors. So it's the relationships that I build with all the transactions that I do. And that's where all the leads come from. So it's just the relationships over the transaction.
In regards to what the market
Doesn't
changes,
matter.
doesn't matter.
There's always going to be vet homes out there.
You always, and that's the truth. If you've been in the industry a while, you're going to know. You're probably saying you know that leads change, the lead flow changes, the market changes. But what doesn't change? It's your lead generation activities, right? Staying consistent. All right, let's switch over to a little bit of social media team building and visibility with Mr. Brian Jennings.
All right.
All right. So you built a strong presence on social media.
I have.
What kind of content actually converts into conversations and clients?
Okay, so before I even get there,
Okay, go ahead.
I just gotta say something about my dad. Okay, my daughter is turning 5 tomorrow.
Okay.
For all the dads and even moms that are here that are trying to build businesses, I just want to say that you only get to do this one time.
That's right.
So you only get to raise your daughter one time. You only get to raise your sons one time. And I'm a little extra emotional because my daughter is my youngest and she's going to be 5 tomorrow. So they don't care how much money you make. They really don't. What they care about is your presence. So don't miss out because you're so busy running around that you forget what's the most important thing. Because you only get to do it one time. Okay?
4 times for you.
Very good. 4 times for you.
Yeah, 4 times.
Any more in the queue?
I'm still trying to figure it out too. Just because, yeah, I play games sometimes, but
Yeah, people
yeah,
plan
it's hard.
ahead, right?
It's really hard.
All right. Okay, very
What was
good.
your question?
Not my question. My question is, you built a strong presence on social media.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What kind of content actually converts into conversations and clients?
So I decided to go more like hyper local, like I'm gonna be educational, I'm gonna give value that way. What I found, like they all convert, okay? It's just some, like I posted a video yesterday about like 5 coffee shops to go get breakfast. Just a stupid, like such a stupid video. I had like 80,000 people view it, right?
Wow.
And I guess it all works, but it all serves a different purpose, right? Because some of them, you're just gonna get your face in front of people, so they're like starting to get to see you because they gotta see you like 8 to 10 times on social media before they actually start to follow you. So one of them, like the purpose of those videos is to just get more exposure. I had a buyer that called me on Friday. They've been following my social media for the last like 3-4 months, so I've gotten the exposure. But I started creating these like market comparison, like neighborhood comparison. Hey, like Natomas versus Elk Grove, or Folsom versus Roseville, like just kind of these little silly videos and highlighting, you know, pros and cons of each neighborhood. And this buyer is moving from the Central Valley to Sacramento, and he was just like, Brian, I just kept referring back to your videos to see what I like about Roseville and what I like about these different areas. And he's like, and my wife is like, why don't you just give the guy a call and see what he charges to represent you? You know, so literally the conversation was, hey, let's set up a time. We sent over the BRVC, we're gonna get signed, and we have a buyer shopping at 800,000. He's a nurse practitioner, and it's just you give value and you give, and then you don't know who's following you, but you're gonna be able to convert them. So they all work, but they all kind of, you know, they all serve a different purpose.
Right. Very good. Very good. Thank you for that. Okay, Brian, what's one thing agents should stop doing on social media, and what's one thing they should start doing immediately?
I think you should stop like making yourself this hero, right? Oh, I just sold this, or I did this, do that, and I helped this person. And like, I think your main point, like anything else, is to give and what area, what niche, and how do you want to provide value, right? So like if that's the only thing you're posting is how you're the it guy, like you're him or whatever. I don't know what the younger people Steven is laughing. But if that's all you're posting, it's gonna be pretty obvious. Just figure out ways that you can provide value, whatever that might be, and people will start appreciating connecting with you.
Very good. Very good.
I thought it was gonna be don't scroll.
Don't scroll.
Don't scroll. Tell
Like-
us more.
Doom scroll.
Doom scroll?
Doom scrolling, yeah. You said,
Yeah.
what should we not do? I was gonna say doom scroll.
Doom
Yeah,
scroll.
like just
What you shouldn't be doom scrolling. What does that do? Waste your time. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't waste your time.
It could be
Yeah.
more productive.
Hey,
What's
they
your
found
favorite?
you by doom scrolling.
Yeah, but you don't want to be the guy doom scrolling.
Yeah.
That's a real
You want
one.
others to doom scroll you,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Good point. That's
Yeah.
a really good point. Thank you, Bobby. All right, Brian. Last question. How do you balance running a team while continuing to build your personal brand online?
So here's another little thing. Every time you say yes to something, you say no to something else, right? So being really selective about what is going to be your highest like money producing activity and what your best ROI is going to be. For me, I went all in on social media. Still in the building block. I think this year we'll probably close about 10 deals from it. But it's going to compound. It's going to continue to get bigger. So just time blocking, making sure that you like. For me, when I create content, that is like my lead gen block, right? Along with the follow-up, with the calls and everything. So I just treat it as such. I have to say no to certain things. Like I stopped doing as many open houses. I've done 1 this year so far. So I had to say no to different things because obviously, like you're talking about kids and balance and. I don't think there is a perfect balance there. It's just, you just gotta make sure you keep your priorities straight. So you time block and you give to the team when you time block that time and
So you talked about balancing your time.
Mhm.
Real quick, how do you balance your time?
I balance my time, biggest thing is time blocking.
Taylor,
Around my son.
around your son. Okay, very good. Your son is what he's doing that day, like where he needs to be. Very good. Okay, Bobby.
I think as Brian said, like, what do you say no to? So I feel like if I'm adding something for work or something like that, then I'll try to like figure some more time in with my kids. So if it's like a Wednesday or Thursday night, I have to go to some sort of event, then maybe Friday I'm hanging out with them all day or something like that. So
Very
just try
good.
to balance it that way.
Luke.
All of what they said, and I think in bringing your kids when you can to work is good. Like, for example, I had to go to the Bay Area yesterday. I had to tour a house. So I brought my daughter with me, oldest daughter, and we went to Six Flags right after. So
Oh, nice.
it was a day trip. So
Very
bring your
good.
kids when you can. You know?
You made it again, an outing. Very good, very good. All right, before we go on to Bobby, I have one more question for Taylor.
Oh,
Oh, if an agent in this room wants to go from 20 transactions a year to 50, what's the biggest mindset shift they need to make? Don't say that. Don't say that
Don't
again.
say that.
and does
Smart.
Let's do the thing.
I think they just double down with what they're doing. If they're already successful doing 20 deals or 2 a month, they just have to continue to do those things and not reinvent the wheel. You know, I started 8 years ago and got my first buyer at the first open house, and then I just 100 times down on that. I was doing 6 open houses every single week, and I did 60 transactions in 9 months. So it's just doubling down on what's working, and if you don't have kids, which I didn't at that time, you can do that. Like what Ryan said, you don't get any of this time back, so I've made major changes in my life since having him, more than anyone knows, and so that has been eye-opening for me, because you only get one opportunity to do this with that child, and you know, if you have 17 like Brian, you have that many options. But right now I have one. And so I'm solely focused on him. That's why I don't work with buyers, because it takes time away from spending time with him. I take him to fixers, I take him to listings, I do all those things. And so,
But to go from like 20 to 50, you just really, you found your niche.
Yep.
You doubled down on it.
Yep.
But there's obviously systems that you have to put in place that's gonna help you scale from 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, correct?
there are, and I think my systems are way different than majority of people, but a lot of the people that are doing 20, it's a mindset shift in that they could do 50. It's only like 2 more deals a month. That's not really that much more work. It's
Right.
just that, oh, I'm good making 15 to 20 grand every single month doing 20. You can do 2 more and it not be that much more work.
Right. It's a limiting belief.
Right.
Right.
Could I add just something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is my last time talking.
No, this is
So
what it's all about.
I had a conversation with this guy named Wilson from the Bay Area. He's like doing 250 million in volume. And when he first started like team building, he I think had like a 120,000 like a net like gross GCI, and he basically gave like 60% of that to his assistant that he hired. So what he did is, when you want to scale, you have to leverage systems first, and then you have to leverage people second. And what you find is, like, if you're trying to go from that 20 to 50, which is a big jump, you need to have like leverage that you were able to, or you're just working double time, which I don't always recommend. You just need to focus on the things that are going to be your highest money producing activity, and that might not be like CC sometimes gets mad at me, or SB's like, bro, you left me on. Like, I just need to focus on the lead gen activities, because that's going to be where my time is going to be worth the most.
Perfect. Jose, you were gonna answer.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of go into my question, but there's one thing I know about Taylor. Like, I've known Taylor since high school, and there's one thing I observed. Yeah,
Hey, how old are you guys?
I'm 39.
Dang.
Yeah, me and Taylor, we've been friends for a long time. He actually called me when he was coming into the industry. There's one thing I'd say about Taylor that I know, that I've obviously worked literally side by side for him for many years. It's how he makes people feel. It's his communication. He is very direct, straightforward. He comes from contribution. And that's one skill I've noticed from him, that's, I believe, that helps him makes his business go much larger. It's not on systems. Typical won't even have systems, tell you that. However, it's how you talk to people and how you treat them that I've seen him really shift his business go up.
Very good, very good. Thank you for that. All right, on to Bobby. Bobby, we're talking about branding, entrepreneurship, and business growth. You built a recognizable brand beyond a traditional real estate, obviously with your flip business. At what point did you realize you weren't just building a sales business, you were building a company?
Probably about 3 years ago, and I think, well, all coincides with, when I had my kids, right? And I realized before then, I was doing the open houses, I was doing the weekend showings, I was doing listings, I was doing all the above. I was flipping X amount of houses on the side. Realized that I wanted to buy back some time, shift everything, and ultimately, about 3-4 years ago, just went full press on real estate investing side of the business. So ultimately, kids were the main priority, and then as Brian was talking about, was like leverage, right? Like I realized that I started hiring some people, and I realized I could work less. So I wasn't working weekends, I wasn't going on sales appointments, I wasn't being the person in people's living rooms. But then I had to focus on mentorship, leadership, personal growth, because as I'm bringing people in my environment and my business, I realized I had to level up. And that was a whole different side of operating in the business perspective than just being the guy and trying to bring people up and be that leader. So it's been a challenge because it sometimes it's easier to put your head down and just do the things that you know how to do,
Right.
versus running a business and having one-on-one meetings, having group meetings, team meetings, quarterly meetings, all the above, and I had to level up. So it's been about 3-4 years, and it's been rewarding because I'm able to leave the office, 3-4 o'clock. I don't work Fridays, I don't work weekends, I don't work nights, but it took 10 years at some perspective to get to the level where we're at today.
Very good, very good. Love that. Love that. Okay. The next question: where do you believe your biggest growth has come from? Marketing, follow-up, or relationships, and why?
Yeah, it's been different phases. It was definitely relationships at first, like Taylor mentioned. At the beginning, it was all I'd buy deals from realtors, I'd buy deals from wholesalers, I'd buy deals on MLS, and we have a pretty large fix and flip operation. And then it kind of pivoted to marketing, and I think seeing Suarez and seeing Parm and seeing top teams here in this office, I've been here 9 years or something like that now, seeing they put money in their business and they get a return. Like Mike's been spending, I don't know what it is, maybe $100,000 or something like that to drop postcards in front of everybody's doorstep for 30 years or something like that crazy, right? And his business is someone on autopilot. He's getting an ROI. Parm, invests a lot in online leads and stuff like that. So seeing it's a math equation, right? Mm-hmm. So having the confidence to do that, just like Brian, right? He's spending money in social media, right? He probably spends 5 times or 10 times more than anybody here. I don't know if it's 1,000, 15, or whatever, but he's getting an ROI on that, and it's blind faith at the beginning on what you're going to put money into for marketing, but it can pay out, and just having faith and putting the right people in place. But understanding the marketing side of the business and taking a risk has definitely made the biggest impact.
Having confidence in what you're doing, right? Believing that it'll happen. Good. Thank you. Okay. If you had to rebuild your business from scratch tomorrow, what are the first 3 things you do? And some of us have been in that situation, restarting your business. What are the first 3 things you would do?
Yeah, I think definitely getting in rooms like this where it's some type of community that you're feeding off other people's energy. So I think that's a huge plus. But I've been in coaching programs within the fix and flip and real estate investing community for maybe 4 years now. And I'd say investing in myself fairly substantial amounts. Like my business has doubled and tripled and quadrupled over the years. So that's definitely one, getting in the right rooms and just having that shortcut to really being around the right people and getting to your end goal. And then second, again, how I started my business and Taylor really focusing on is building relationships, right? Even I was in insurance in the beginning, and I built all these relationships with some people, like Body and some of these other people from like 12 years ago, where I was a vendor and I connected with all these different referral resources, whether it was attorneys, whether it was hard money lenders, whether it was traditional lenders, and when we're doing traditional real estate, right? Who are these avenues how you're getting business, right? Because I think you want to be niched up to a source, but then you do want to try to find these different referral partners where you can get a deal a month from an attorney, a deal a month from a lender at Golden One or US Bank or wherever these bigger shops are, a deal a month from somewhere else, and you just kind of multiply and add it all up. So relationships and getting in the right rooms for sure.
Perfect. Love that. I love the getting in the right rooms, because that's one thing we don't do. I think since the pandemic, that's had a big effect on getting in some of the right rooms. But that's all done now. So it's time to get back in the right rooms. It's time to get in front of the right people and have those conversations. They say follow the crumbs of the successful, right? So here it is. It's all here if you need it. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm gonna jump to Luke and then I'm gonna come to you, okay? Save the best for last. Luke, we're gonna talk about growth, perseverance, and family. Many people only see your success today. Can you share what it was like building your business while relocating, because you did move from back east, right? Or was that a long time ago?
That was 5 years before I got into real estate.
Okay, got it. So moving here, starting a family, navigating real estate, in any tough seasons you had, what was that like?
I'd say 2023 and 2024 was really hard. Like, I mean, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was doing like Uber on the side, you know, doing some flex, whatever I gotta do to pay the bills, because I am the sole provider of the home, you know, with 3 kids. So it was really hard, but I focused on not wanting to get a 9 to 5, like whatever I had to do to make a little extra cash on the side and still continue my follow-up, continue open houses, whatever. I think that's what got me through, really. Because I didn't quit the follow-up, I didn't quit the open houses, I didn't quit any of that. I kept the ball rolling, and I'm obviously reaping the rewards now, you know.
Yeah. Because we all have a choice at some point, like you go one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
But you're like, you're a breadwinner, so you had to persevere.
And I didn't want to quit real estate. Like, I was focused on that, right? But it was hard, though. I mean, there were some solid 75-hour weeks, you know what I mean? Like, getting up at 2 a.m. to go to the Amazon Flex warehouse up here at 3 a.m. did not feel good. But, you know, if it meant I didn't have to, you know, quit real estate and I could still do that open house on Sunday, I knew it'd work, and it did,
Yeah.
you know.
So where are you today in your business?
Far away from that. It's been a long time since I've done that, thankfully. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And you're also getting into commercial, right?
Yes.
So you have any commercial transactions, anything coming up on that?
Yeah. Huge shout out to Andy and the Commercial Core. That's what got me really into it, was just opening up that 3-month class. So I just jumped in, and they taught me, you know, a lot, mentoring me, and John Barnado's mentoring me. You know, I got a couple of mentors, but the opportunity's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Very good.
Like, the offers I'm writing are pretty big offers. You know, I'll just say that.
Give us an example.
Never gonna be able
Like
to
when
do
you're
that.
writing offers, like what's the amount, dollar amount, volume?
Well, I am doing hotels as well. I have a separate mentor for that. Those are pretty big. I mean, the biggest offer I wrote, didn't get accepted, but, you know, we're negotiating, is 18.1 million.
Yeah.
So it's pretty big. Yeah.
Potential's there,
I had
guys.
to drive to Southern California for the tour on that. but
Okay,
it was worth
well,
it.
it's worth it. It's 18 million, it's gonna be worth it. Okay, next question. Has becoming a husband and father changed the way you approach your business?
Oh, 100%, 1,000%, 100%. Because every time you get up, when you're scheduling, you're thinking about when's family time on top of work, right? When you're looking at the budget, you're thinking, well, how can I spend my money, not only to just expand the business, but also to put money into the family and have fun, or to do trips or whatever. So it affects every part of your life.
Yeah.
You know.
It sounds like every one of you basically said the same thing, right? Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, you're now expanding in commercial, we talked about that. How do you know when it's time to grow into something new instead of simply getting better at what you're already doing?
I think when opportunity comes, you know, and you can see the opportunities there, I think acting on it is important, right? I mean, for example, I don't know how many people know this, but I went full-time real estate because I joined Bobby Nathan's team years ago.
Yeah.
That started because I got an email that said, hey, there's a team in the office looking for a buyer agent. And I seen that email and I thought to myself, okay, this is my opportunity to get out of construction, because I'm just like, going every day to do a 9 to 5, barely making any money, remodeling all these houses, and I'm like, I'm having kids, I have a family, like, not a really huge opportunity, right? So I took advantage of that opportunity, joined their team, and a lot of our growth, I can attest to Bobby and Afton, I think they're great, they're amazing people. But taking opportunity when you see it, I would say.
Taking advantage of opportunities.
Like the commercial core thing, when they announced that, the very first guinea pig round, I'm like, I'm doing it, let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't
Very
care.
good. Very
Luke's
good.
definitely one of the hardest working people I've been around.
He is. Well, I wanted to invite him up so that newer in the industry with 5 years, whatever it is.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah. So you can see that like there's opportunities, there's growth opportunities. Take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you. Okay, very good. Now we're on to Jose, and then we're going to wrap it up. Mr. Jose.
All right.
We've worked together before, huh?
Absolutely.
Long time. All right, we're going to talk coaching, leadership, and consistency.
I'm gonna start like Brian.
Okay.
So.
Wait, you want the question first?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll get to the
Okay.
question afterwards.
Okay.
So, I've probably been the longest dad everybody on here. When I came to this industry about 9 years ago, I left the state. I had my son, I had both my sons, and I had my daughter. Coming into a new environment where you're commission-based, coming from a salary job that I was at, I just knew I needed an environment where I can thrive, where my attitude and who I am could actually amplify. And so I came over here. It wasn't easy. My wife gave me a deadline. She said, you got 6 months to make it happen. I got, literally, so I'm like, all right. So did well on my own. I got connected with Parm, and kind of like Luke was saying, an opportunity came across, so you're like, hey, I got to maximize. I have kids to feed. I have a mortgage I got to pay. My wife is on my ass. I'm going to make this happen. As I progressed, probably around year 5, around COVID, going back to what everybody's saying on here, that it's like family is important. No matter how much money you make, if you're not there for your family, it really doesn't mean anything to you. During COVID, it was a pivotal point where it changed my mindset too. I was so busy, we were all so busy in COVID. Great opportunity to make money, bills were falling in your lap left and right, but you had to go out there like now.
Yeah.
I remember my son made a comment to me, he was like, Dad, you're not here. Dad, he's calling me, where are you at? Dad, where are you? And I'm like, oh shit. My intention is always to take care of my family, but they don't see that. So I had to shift and change my mindset and how I do things, because that was hurtful. That was super hurtful to have my son tell me, like, yeah, I'm closing all these deals, I'm here to get you what you want, but he didn't care about that. He wanted me. Obviously my wife was on me as well too, but our intention, I had to cover mortgage, I had to cover bills, that's my main MO. So as I switch, I progress, and it really comes to time blocking. I can tell you right now today, I am the drop-off dad. All the teachers know me. I'm also the soccer coach. I attend all my kids' events because that's important to me. I wrap my business, like Tay was saying, around my kids. My ISAs, my team know, and I constantly tell them, family is important. Do not take your eye off that. It's a balance. We task shift. When we're at work, be at work. When you're at home, be at home. When it comes to a ratio, 60% family, 40% in business, don't change that, because that's the monetary value that's up right now. So, now first question.
There you go. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Very good.
Woo! It's important because, it's hard being self-employed and having a family.
And Jose likes his vacations.
Oh.
All right. Very good. Okay, you've been with your team the longest, and you coach your agents, right?
Correct.
So what do top performing agents consistently do that struggling agents don't?
Top performing agents build rapport before selling. They don't try to convince people. And it's funny because a lot of newer agents are like, I don't want to be salesy. You're not, but it's a conversation. They want to look at systems and models. Don't get me wrong, it's important, but they forget you have to know how to have a conversation. You have to listen carefully, ask great questions. As we know, those who ask the questions control the conversation. Understand motivations, and most importantly, build trust.
Very good. Very good. And the questions you ask, should evoke the answer that you want, right?
Yes, and it's funny, we're having my newer agents on my team, they shadow us on consultations. And I had great feedback from my new agents. He after said, give me feedback. He's like, honestly, you led them to where you wanted them to go. I'm like, you're right, you build a rapport, you give value, and you close. But you never not close, that's the most important thing. but you have to know how to lead the conversation and not just have,
So what's the best way for somebody, a newer agent, basically learn how to ask the right questions?
So scripts are always important.
Ah.
Understand that script's intention is it's a guided conversation. When you're new, you're like, I don't want to sound salesy. This isn't me. You're right, I get that, but understand the dynamic of it. Understand where it's leading you. Once you can understand the framework of the script, then you add your own style. Don't do your style first.
Script practice, people. Script practice. Doesn't matter what level you're at. Okay,
Remember,
question
people-
2.
On that one, any of that, people want to work with somebody who understands them. Keep that in
Forget
mind.
to say that.
did.
Wait, let me go back.
Did you guys
So
know that?
excited.
I'm like, man.
Dang, Jose, wrote stuff down.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did. People were like, I gotta come prepared to save time.
All right, as a coach, what is the biggest mistake you see newer agents making over and over?
The biggest mistake I see is that newer agents are often afraid to ask for the next step. They do a great job of building rapport, answering questions, and providing information, but then they stop short of asking the client to make a decision. Why is that? 9 times out of 10, I don't want to sound salesy. You're not, but if you don't close, that's as far as it goes.
You just have a conversation. So it's a matter of conversion.
And that's
Converting,
the
what's
end.
the next step?
Then the next thing you want to ask is, would you like to schedule a showing? Are you ready to move forward? Should we write the offer? Can I earn your business?
Agents are afraid to ask those questions.
They're always, I'm to every new agent. I don't want to sound salesy. I'm afraid to ask.
Well, then you don't want to make any money.
Perfectly said.
We're in sales.
You're in sales. You're in sales, guys. You're in sales. Get used to it. Okay, Jose, if every agent in this room committed to one habit for the next 90 days, what would you tell them to do?
Commit to having meaningful real estate conversations every day, as we know, and continuously improve your communication. That is huge. That is a skill that you're going to take for yourself, and nobody can take that away from you. Success in real estate comes from conversations. I don't want to say not activities. We do the activities that have the conversation. We focus on building relationships, providing value, and asking great questions. Also learn to adapt your communication style to different personalities, such as a DISC profile. Everybody knows, unless they can vouch, I talk about this a lot. You guys, you cannot talk to the same person the same way you talk to somebody else. You have to understand your audience, which is number one in marketing, but know how to adapt. So once I have that conversation, I'm probing intentionally, and then I know how I'm going to take the conversation. If it's direct, time is important to them. If they're I, they want to build relationships, so how's your family? If it's an S, safe and steady, don't worry, I'll hold your hand through the process. Or C's, they're logical thinkers. They want all the information, don't give anything less.
Very good.
It's like he's a
Very
coach or
good.
something.
Yeah, I'm a coach.
You're a coach. We can tell.
That's why you left on me last.
There you go, there you go. Okay, lightning round, guys. You didn't get asked this question. If you could give every agent in this room one piece of advice that would have the biggest impact on their business over the next 12 months, what would it be? Taylor, go.
Stop getting in your own way.
Give me an example.
I think everyone, for the most part, gets in their own way majority of the time. I can't do that. I don't have the time for that. I don't want to do this. I think we're our biggest roadblocks. It's not anyone else. It's not your spouse. It's not your partner. They should be empowering you to do more. It's yourself.
Do we agree?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Very good, very good. Bobby?
I think it's just cool being up here with all these guys. I've known Jose like 7-8 years, Taylor like 7-8 years, Brian like a handful of years, and Scott like 5 years. So I mean, shows like we've been in this office for a long time, but just keep doing the same things. Like it's not like rocket science at the end of the day. Just like keep doing the things and let time compound. Right?
Right.
Over time, we've all kind of like seen our progressions, and yes, there's been dips and like valleys with the market how it is, but just keep at it, stay consistent. You will have breakthroughs. Just let time compound the relationships and the activities that you're doing.
Very good. That EDP thing, right? Just keep breaking the ceiling, breaking the ceiling, breaking the ceiling. Luke?
I say don't quit when times are tough. You know, don't quit. You know, whatever it may be, you're doing some lead gen method. You know, if you do 2 open houses and you don't get a deal, don't think like it doesn't work. Like you just have to, whatever it may be, open houses or cold calling. If you do it long enough and you do it the right way, you're following the advice of people who have succeeded, it will work. You just have to do it long enough and consistently.
Yeah.
You know.
Very good. So true. So true. I talk to agents in the office like, I don't do open house because I've done a few and I didn't get anybody, so I'm just not going to give them more. No, don't do that. Right.
Don't reinvent the wheel. There's paths that's already laid out. Just follow the path, be consistent, and trust the process.
And that's the beautiful thing about this office, because there's so many different levels of agents. You don't have to recreate any will. It's all been done for you. If it's not here, it's somewhere within this company. So great partnership, good deal, love that. Jose,
Before I get mine, I was just thinking like, Brian said he's did one open house this year, right? And that's crazy because he does a lot. I will say I probably did 3 open houses this year. And I usually do more, but the reason why I'm doing less is because what I would recommend new agents or anybody.
Find it.
what's the one piece of advice?
Work on your conversations and learn how your audience will be communicated with. I've seen my conversion go up the most as I've learned how to communicate in the way they want me to communicate with them. Whereas I'm still on track to meet my goals, but yes, I haven't had to do many open houses because everybody I talk to, I'm maximizing communication, which my conversion just goes up. So work on who you talk to, because again, that's a skill that you can take anywhere. Communication is key. We are in a communication business, so learn who your audience wants to be talked to.
Very good. So that's the one biggest piece of advice for the next
Biggest
12
piece,
months.
that's gonna better yourself. It's not what you obtain, it's who you become.
Was that helpful, you guys? Let's give a round of applause.